Well, good morning, and welcome to sunny Florida. It's been days since I've been able to get down here, and I bundled up to come this time. It's very pretty, no doubt about it. It's nice to be here, even though it's very uncomfortable. It's cold as hell. And it's in times like this that it gets depressing, when the weather is bad and you're kind of stuck inside. And, actually I've been sick for the past week too. So that hasn't helped any. I don't know if it's some sort of flu bug or what, but I finally am starting to feel a little better. It's funny how the timing is that the sun comes out, or will come out soon, and I'm feeling better today. Anyway, how do you stay up when the weather is so terrible, or you're snowed in or something? So I'm sure that a lot of you are experiencing some of that, with the way the weather is now around the country. How do you deal with that? Do you get on the computer and do Zoom meetings? A lot of phone calls? Or do you just kind of veg out, at home, watching, binging Netflix or something like that? I've found that, when I'm sick, that's about all I want to do. But one of the things that I've done lately, while I was sick, I got online and watching these YouTube videos. Most of them were British, I believe, about ways of getting sober. And they talk a lot about the physical effects of alcohol on the body and how they got sober. One of them says, you're sober in 4 days. That all the alcohol is out of your system in 4 days. Well, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I don't know these kind of things, but I do know that you are not sober in 4 days. All the alcohol may be out of your system, it may be undetectable at that point, but you are not sober at 4 days. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not an expert. All I can do is share my experience, strength, and hope. And my experience is that I didn't get sober for quite some time, even though I wasn't drinking. Now, that's my own definition of sober. Some people think sober is just not drinking. Well, to me, sober means a lot more than just not drinking. And that's why these videos that I was watching interested me, because they were talking about just putting the plug in the jug, and how much healthier it was, physically healthy, to not be consuming a poison, as they called it. And, I get it. I'm sure that if I had just put the plug in the jug, stopped drinking, that I'm sure I would have experienced some benefits, both physical and, mental, relational, all of those areas would have benefited. However, what do you got when you sober up a drunken horse thief? A sober horse thief. Just putting the plug in the jug doesn't change the person that I am. It does not change who I am at the core. And that's what needed to be done for this alcoholic. I needed to become a different person. They say in the rooms, the same man will drink again. That means a lot. That's not just some cute little thing that they say. The same man will drink again. I don't want to drink again. So I don't want to be the same man. I want to be a better man. Let's get back to these videos from the UK. I'm not knocking at anybody's way of getting sober. If you can put the drink down, you're better off, no matter what. So I'm not putting down anyone for being able to put the drink down. My hat goes off to you. What I'm talking about is true sobriety. Now, there are medications that take away the actual feeling of alcohol. So you take this pill, and later on, 2 or 3 hours later, you can drink and not feel it. In other words, it takes away the part of alcohol that makes you feel good. Okay? And I mean, why? Why? I don't get it. Supposedly, it takes away the cravings because it's not going to do anything for you anyway. I've never taken it, but I've heard of people taking Antabuse. And Antabuse, if you drink while on it, you'll get sick. I don't know. No. True sobriety means not only putting the plug in the jug, but looking inward. I have to look inward to find out why. Why did I overindulge with alcohol? What good was that doing me? Some of these videos talked about moderation, drinking with moderation, drinking responsibly. What in the hell is that? Because I don't know. I've tried that. I think everyone has tried that. And it may work for a short amount of time, for a week or so. In no time, I'm off to the races, doing it more than I should. So, this isn't about drinking like a gentleman. No. It's about turning my back on alcohol. Alcohol turned its back on me. It destroyed me. The real point is this, is that I should be able to live my life without pouring alcohol into my system. Now, a lot of us think that alcohol was the problem. And in a lot of ways it was. But it turns out for me, alcohol was not the problem. Earl was the problem. I had to do something about Earl. The alcohol will come and go, but Earl always remains. And so I had to do something about Earl. What that meant was that I was going to have to look deep inside myself to find the issues that I was using alcohol to cope with. That's where the steps come in. Now, again, I don't want to come across as though this is the only way to sobriety, because I'm sure it isn't. There are some who can just cold turkey it and go on with their life and not ever deal with those deep-seated issues. I'm just not one of them. I can't go that way. I know that about myself because I've tried it. Believe me, I've tried it. I've tried just about everything there is except for those medications. This is the one that works for me, the 12 steps. And the reason is because I look inward. And even though I've been through the steps many times, I've taken several people through the steps as well. And each time I do that, it's like me going through the steps again. I always learn something from that. I gained some more insight about myself and my behavior and my past, my present, my future, all of it. In every way, shape, and form, I learned. So to wrap this thing up, let me just say, if you're not drinking and you felt like you had a problem with alcohol, you've somehow managed to put the alcohol down, that's great. I think it's fantastic. It's got to improve your life. However, if you want long-term sobriety, if you want to live happy, joyous, and free, if you want to experience life like you've never experienced it before, my suggestion is to get into the 12 steps. Find yourself a sponsor who's been through the steps and can show you how to do it. Get involved in the fellowship. Be a part of, don't be apart from. I think you'll find that life is unimaginably beautiful. That will give you so much more than just putting the plug in the jug. And you'll be able to live happy, joyous, and free. Hey, you guys have a great day. I hope the snow stops soon up there. Stay warm, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.